Welcome back, my beautiful humans. Another episode. Yep, we're back for another week. Glad to see you join me again. Gonna ask some questions. Gonna do some more talking. Last week, we set up some tasks. 7 days. Practice somebody else's love language. How'd that go? How good were you at guessing? Or confidently figuring out, translating? How good were you? Me, I was a hit and miss. Because we're human and we're complex. For the most part, though, I did pretty good. Now, this is like our last episode about the love languages. And I know we're getting, closer to Christmas, so life is busy. So I really appreciate you joining me again. You mean a lot. And thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time that you give me. Now that we've practiced being great givers, let's talk about the person you spend 100% of your time with. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. You spend 100% of your time with you. This is, yeah. If your life ended tomorrow, would you have any, again, I really don't like this word, but I'm going to use it this time. Would you have any regrets about how you treated yourself? I'm going to give you a second to think about that. We often deplete ourselves trying to love others. The 5 love languages are the ultimate tool for self-care and self-forgiveness. If you don't know how to speak love to yourself, your tank will be permanently empty and your relationships will suffer. Yeah. I always have I don't want to say ulterior motive, but I always want to bring another way to look at things. And so I hope that this just kind of slapped you in the face. Because yes, by learning the 5 love languages, identifying your own, guessing your partners, your friends, your families, it all actually still brought another lesson of loving yourself. I'm not a big giver of self-love. I sometimes feel really guilty about that. I understand taking time for yourself. I understand self-care. I don't feel as rejuvenated as others do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we all know I'm weird, and that's okay. But there are probably others like me. And it's okay to be exactly who you are. And I want you to understand that. We're going to re-examine the languages through a self-care lens. Words of affirmation. Self-talk. Write down 3 things you accomplished today. I don't care if it was just breathing and getting up and making yourself something to eat or brushing your teeth. And I want you to say one positive thing to yourself. Make positive self-talk a daily choice. And I think we all need a reminder of that because I've said it before, we are very hard on ourselves. Acts of service. self-discipline. Do the small, hard things you promised yourself. Wash the dishes immediately after meal. Pay your bills on time. Put gas in the car before it's on fumes. This is not a contest to see how far you can get when the fuel light comes on. That adrenaline helps, but I'm telling you, it is just not worth it. And now, depending on where you live in the world, actually, yeah, depending on where you live in the world, what your weather is like. Where I am right now, it is cold. I really do not want to be stuck somewhere where I've ran out of gas and I'm not even close to where I can get gas from, and I have no way to heat my vehicle waiting for somebody. So please, if you have a hard time taking care of yourself, giving yourself some love, put it in a way that makes you feel less guilty, I guess. Having gas in your tank is, your car's tank is not that hard, and it's not that hard of an ask. And I bet you know what, you probably didn't even realize that was taking care of yourself, but it is. There's a million ways we can take care of ourselves without it being grandiose. Self-service is making a promise to yourself and keeping it. Receiving gifts, self-reward. Buy yourself that specialty. Go to the movie you've been wanting to see. I don't care if you go by yourself. Just because somebody else doesn't want to go see it with you doesn't mean you shouldn't go and enjoy it. It's not about materialism. It's about you validating to yourself that you're worth it. Quality time, presence. Take a digital detox hour. Meditate. Go for a walk by yourself. Leave the earbuds at home. Just listen to whatever is out in this world. Give yourself undivided attention. I have a hard time with this one because I want to hear music, because if I don't have something that's distracting me, I talk to myself all the time. I answer myself all the time. And I know I shouldn't feel bad about it, but I kind of do, because, they always say, oh, look at that crazy person talking to themselves. That's me. I'm the crazy person talking to myself. Full-blown conversations. And most of the time it's, I can't believe you forgot that. Or we're doing this next. Or it's mapping it out in my head and I'm just saying it out loud. So but leave the earbuds at home. Try to give yourself some undivided attention. Listen to your own heartbeat. Feel your lungs taking in the air and letting it out. Next is physical touch. Comfort. Get a professional massage. Take a long hot bath. I know sometimes that is really, really hard to try and carve out that time in the life that you have with, spouses or children, spouses and children. But yes, take that time. Buy the clothes that make you feel good. Again, don't be irresponsible. Don't put yourself or your family in danger. But just take care of yourself. Buy it. It's okay to buy it every once in a while. Prioritize yourself and your sleep. We all need good sleep. Next is the language of acceptance. I know it's not really a love language. It's just kind of what I titled this part of it. This is the most direct link to our "if I die tomorrow" premise. We need to use the languages to process external pain and accept what is given. When a loved one passes away or a relationship ends, we often carry that regret or disappointment of "I wish I had said," or "I wish they had done," or "if onlys." If onlys are thieves. Don't. And I will tell you something else that I have said, I don't know how many times. Sometimes the why doesn't matter. It happened. Don't hang on to the situation because you think you need a why. Don't drive yourself crazy for a why. Sometimes the why doesn't matter. The language of acceptance means shifting your focus. If you lost a parent who was emotionally reserved, low words of affirmation, but they spent their life fixing your car and paying your tuition, high acts of service, you could find some peace. Because you didn't translate their love language. You never looked at it that way. So I'm trying to remind you to do that. You can accept that their love was imperfectly delivered, but it was absolutely present. Acceptance is the final, essential act of forgiveness for others and for yourself, which is really important. Your final call to action on love languages. This is your commitment to a meaningful life. Identify your most neglected love language for yourself. That's going to be tough. And write it down so that you don't flip-flop it. But which one of the self-care acts did you cringe at? Because it felt like too much work. When I was listing them off, which one was like, I'm not doing, That's where you need to focus. See, I'm trying to help. Next, commit to one small act of self-love from your primary language for the next 24 hours. And then commit to one small act of self-love from the language that you suffer with. If you die tomorrow, I want you to die knowing you treated yourself and others with the love and acceptance you both deserved. I hope this gives you some ideas. I hope this gives you some hope. I hope this is the nudge you needed. And especially at this time of the year, we need to be a little bit, and most people are a lot kinder. We always say that, this time of year, everybody's full of good cheer and there's more kindness. And let's use some of that for ourselves too. And who doesn't need an extra minute without locking themselves in the bathroom, turning on the water, and screaming? I will be back next week. Another episode. I'm not giving you any teasers, though. Okay, who am I kidding? It's going to be towards Christmas. As a reminder, be kind, be grateful, stay humble.